is we're going to go over this sight word. Does anybody know what this sight word says?
Said.
And said breaks all the rules. So it's a word we just have to memorize to learn how to read. So first I'm going to show you this little video. So eyes up on the board. And here's a fun video about the sight word. What does that say?
Said.
Awesome. Here we go.
S-A-I-D. Said.
That was fun.
S-A-I-D. Said.
Beautiful reading. Okay, so if we have time at the end, we can watch it again, but we have lots of fun things we're going to do today. So this paper that you all have says the word what? Said. So, what we're going to do first, we're going to read the word. One more time. What does it say? Said. Beautiful. William, I want you to put that friendship bracelet in your cubby box, in the blue box right in front of you, or in your desk. Thank you. So first we're going to trace the word. Go ahead and trace the word said. Make sure you're tracing the word on your paper. Mary Jane, go ahead and trace it.
Can we do it with pen or
No, you're going to do it with pencil. Good question, Christopher. You're going to do pencil. Did you do it already, Mary Jane? Oh my goodness. You got it, Chance? Awesome. After you trace the word, we're going to write the word said. Pay attention to our lines. Said fits underneath the dotted line. S goes underneath the dotted line. A goes underneath. I.
D.
D reaches all the way to the top and comes back down.
D. S-A-I-D.
Beautiful.
Said.
Said, that's right.
I only did it once little.
Beautiful. Nice, Kennedy. Very nice.
Nice.
Nice, Kaya.
I did it too small.
That's okay.
Wait, I didn't.
You can always use your eraser if you need. Now I need you to get out your highlighter, yellow marker, or yellow crayon. Do you have a yellow marker? Perfect. That will work.
I have a candy. I don't remember where I said. I have a highlighter.
Nice, Kaya. Great, Porter.
I have a highlighter.
I see it, William. Very nice, Lucas. Once you have your highlighter, we need to highlight the word said. So we need to go through this list and find the word said. When you find it, go ahead and highlight it with your yellow crayon marker or highlighter. Beautiful, Mary Jane. This is quiet working time. We're looking for the word said to highlight. Nice job, Kaya.
There's only 3 cents.
I agree. Got it, Chance? Nice
Oh,
work,
look.
Christopher.
C.
Nice, Lucas. It does say said in the sentence. Thumbs up if you found the 3 sets. Awesome. Now, we're going to read the word in a sentence. And when we see the word, we're going to circle it with a pencil. Yes, Mary Jane? My teacher said it was time to leave. I said, what do we do with this word? Circle it.
Hey, there's a comma.
There is a comma. Good observation.
You may have a dance friend.
Yes, Samantha? Let's finish reading this sentence.
I see another comma.
I said I can't believe school is already done. Is school already done right now?
No.
That's okay, Porter. That's okay. Yes, Chance.
On can't, I saw a comma.
That's a comma that floats in the sky, and it has a different name.
I saw 4 commas.
Its name is an apostrophe,
Oh, yeah.
and you'll learn about those, Chance, in the older grades.
Okay.
So now we need to write a sentence with the word said. Ooh, Carson has an idea. Kaya has an idea. Let's see, Carson, what's your idea? I said, where is my toy? That's a beautiful sentence. Samantha, if you need to go to the bathroom, you can go. I said, go to the playground. Done well.
I said to go in the house.
Ooh, good one. Kaya.
I said to look at a pumpkin.
Ooh, I like that. There's pumpkins on the wall we can look at. Porter.
I said to do schoolwork.
Ooh. Kennedy.
I said listen to teacher.
Ooh, I like that one too. Christopher.
I said but I changed my name.
Yeah. Do you need help getting one? Mary Jane.
I have another one. I have another one too.
Listen to the teacher. 3 people said that. Let's write that one. So we're going to write, so hands down, now we're going to get ready to write. I said
I have another one. Can I get a big math?
we could keep saying sentences all day, but we're going to write this one. That way we have time to read our story. Yes, Christopher.
Can I get big masses too, or just
You got the right one.
I wanted to do.
I said, listen focus on your writing. I said, listen to the teacher.
To the teacher. Teacher. All done.
Don't forget your period at the end. I like how focused everybody is writing. Thank you.
Miss Clark,
Yes?
why did you have to stay here in the swimming up?
We already explained that. You focus on your writing. I'll tell you again after we finish our lesson.
There's Mrs. Clark, why did you tell her that it's logging?
Nope, I want you to focus on your writing, Christopher. Don't worry about those things. Done well?
Can I go in the bathroom?
Yes. Yes, you may. I said listen to the teacher. Beautiful chance. Nice job, Kaya. Beautiful chance.
Can I go to the bathroom with Miss Clark?
Yes, you may, Samantha. Thanks for
Can
finishing
you,
your writing.
your paper?
Oh, yes, sorry. Thank you, Christopher, for telling me it slipped. Yes, Porter?
Can I go to the bathroom?
Yes.
Can I go to the bathroom? Can I go to the bathroom too?
when you finish your paper, you're going to put it underneath your packet. So your packet's on top.
Can I go to the bathroom now?
Let's wait for a Porter to come back. Yes, Kennedy. Oh my goodness, everyone has to go to the bathroom all at once? I really want you to ask yourself, do I really need to go to the bathroom, or am I going to the bathroom because somebody else went to the bathroom? Ask yourself that question. Yes, Kaya? Did you ask yourself that question? Kennedy, did you ask yourself that question? Do you really need to go?
Yeah.
So Kennedy's going to go. Kaya, can you wait for Kennedy? No? Okay, come right back when you're done.
There's actually more than just one bathroom.
Does anybody need more time writing their sentence? You do, Lucas? No problem. Yes, William?
In the bathrooms, there's more than just two.
Great, thank you. You got it, Lucas? Awesome. So, before we move, I'm going to tell you we're going to meet at the carpet. I want you to tiptoe quietly to the carpet. You can leave all your papers and pencils on the desk. And I'm going to sit in the pink chair. So you want to face towards the pink chair.
Can I sit in the chair?
Yeah, no problem.
Can I sit in the chair? I don't like you guys. Can I sit?
Well, remember I said to tiptoe quietly to the carpet.
Can I sit? Can I sit in the chair? Can I sit in the chair?
Chance, can you sit to the side so we don't block these kids all the way next to the cabinet? There you go. So today, Christopher, if you're gonna sit in the chair, I need you to be in the back or all the way on the side. Thank you.
What happened?
We're gonna come to the carpet.
Ugly duckling again.
And we're gonna read the Ugly Duckling one more time. That's right, Christopher. But today we're gonna focus on two different things. All listening ears up here. When I see the word said, John Will, can you sit all the way sit on this side of the quarter right here?
He doesn't even look ugly right now.
So when I see the word said in this story, I'm going to stop and we're all going to say the word said together. We're all going to read the word said when I stop in the story and point to the word said. The second thing we're going to think about when we read this story is we're going to think about the characters. And we're going to describe the characters in the Ugly Duckling using text evidence. We're going to use the words in this story to describe the characters. William, pay attention up here. There's too many chairs. Miss Logan says 3 to 4 chairs. There's too many chairs. Kennedy and Kaya, come sit on the carpet on your bottoms, crisscross applesauce.
Let's put our chairs back.
Yes, thank you, Kaya. Thank you, Kennedy.
I can do that too.
Porter, if you're going to sit in that, then you need to sit down and stop playing with it. Otherwise, I want you on your bottom, crisscross applesauce. Thank you. Awesome. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Clark.
I'm not going to take hands right now. All hands down. I'm going to read to you the Ugly Duckling.
Miss Clark.
This is going to work. If we keep shouting out, we will never get to read the story. So I need everyone to have listening ears. This is going to be fun. We're going to read the Ugly Duckling one more time. When I see the word said, I'm going to stop and point to the word said, and we're all going to read it. We also are going to pay attention to the characters. And we're going to pay attention to the words in this story that describe the characters. What are the characters in this book?
The Ugly Duckling in the
Oh, I want to hear a quiet hand. Lucas, what's one character?
The ugly duckling.
The ugly duckling is definitely a character.
I know.
Samantha, thank you for your quiet hand.
The duck.
The ducks, the other baby ducks, his brothers and sisters.
Mama duck?
Mama duck is another character. John Well.
White ducks.
The white swan ducks when they all grew up. So we're going to, hands down, we're going to pay attention to the ugly duckling, the other baby ducks, and the big swan family. And when you hear words that describe those characters, I want you to raise your hand quietly when you hear them while I read, okay? Are we ready?
Yeah.
The Ugly Duckling, retold by Brenda Parks and Judith Smith, illustrated by Jacqueline Rogers. Eyes up here. The Ugly Duckling. Every day, the ugly, oops, I skipped a page.
Yeah.
Whoops, here we go. Once upon a time, a duck sat on a nest of eggs. Day after day, she sat and sat until the eggs began to crack. Out came 5 little ducklings. They were fluffy and yellow.
And brown.
They were fluffy and yellow. Those are 2 words that help describe these baby ducklings. Fluffy and yellow. 1 egg was left in the nest. Then that egg cracked too. Out popped a big gray duckling. Did you hear any words that describe this duckling? Carson, what word did you hear?
The duckling.
A duckling. Kennedy.
Yellow.
Oh, this was yellow over here, but what about this duckling? Out popped a big gray duckling. What word did you hear, Mary Jane?
Gray.
Gray and big.
There's no
Who are you? Said the mother duck. Go away, you're ugly. Does that describe the duckling? Ugly?
Yeah. It does not look ugly.
I agree.
Yeah, what's a swan?
Chirped the 5 yellow ducklings.
How about the yellow ducks?
Every day, the ugly duckling grew bigger and bigger, and uglier and uglier.
And sadder and sadder.
I agree, Christopher. The other ducks came to look at him. You are ugly, they said. The ugly duckling grew very sad. Does that describe the, I agree, boys, that does describe the ugly duckling, sad. No one wants me, he said as he swam in the river. The other ducklings teased him. The big ducks pecked at him. And the ugly duckling grew sadder and sadder.
I just feel bad for him.
Me too.
Me too.
No one wants me, thought the ugly duckling. I'm going to run away. So he swam sadly off down the river. Nice. After a long time, he met some wild ducks. They looked at him and said, "My, you are ugly."
He's cute.
Then the wild ducks flew away. They left the ugly duckling all alone.
And look at their family. They're back there. I don't have a
Quiet listening ears. Each day the winds grew colder, the leaves fell off the trees, and then it started to snow. The poor ugly duckling swam alone in the river. Then the river turned to ice. It was winter. The duckling hid among the reeds, these nice tall plants. He was cold and hungry, and he was all alone. Porter and John Well, listening ears up here. He is sad. After a long time, the ice began to melt. The trees put on leaves, the sun shone, the sky was blue, and the birds began to sing.
Tweet, tweet.
Slowly, the duckling ruffled his feathers. He walked down to the river. He slid into the water, and he began to swim. Porter is an emergency. John Well is in an emergency. Okay. Oh, what's your question?
I felt so bad for that duck that I almost cried.
I agree. I wouldn't want to be teased like that.
Me too.
One last question, John Well.
I feel bad for the ugly duckling.
I do too. That means you guys are very kind. Because you want that duckling to feel good inside, right?
But now he's like he's like way older now.
Yeah, let's see how they describe the swans. William, are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah? Then he looked down at the water. To his amazement, he saw a beautiful bird with a long, long neck. Did you hear any words that describe him?
Yeah.
What did you hear, Lucas?
They have long necks.
A long neck, and a beautiful bird. So they're describing this swan as beautiful and a long neck. Suddenly, he heard a flapping of wings. He looked up and he saw other birds. They were like the bird in the water, and they were beautiful too. The beautiful birds landed in the water. Max, come please. They swam around the duckling, and they began to stroke him. "Who are you?" asked the ugly duckling. "We're swans like you," they replied. "But I am an ugly duckling," he
said.
"Look at yourself."
Said.
The swans and the duckling looked and he looked. Can you sit flat on your bottom so they can see behind you?
Flap on your bottom?
Flat, flat. The ugly duckling was not an ugly duckling anymore. He was a beautiful swan. "I'm a swan like you," he said. "I found my very own family." And he lived happily ever
Miss
after.
Clark, don't close the book. Why he's flapping his wings?
Let's listen to Christopher. What was that, Christopher?
Why he's flapping his wings?
Well, he could be happy. So he's flapping his wing because he's happy and joyful.
What is?
William.
You know how he looked down at the water?
Yes.
Why didn't he know that his reflection was?
That's a good question, William. Sit down on your bottom.
All swans know that that's their reflection.
Well, he grew up and he had never seen himself as a beautiful swan. So he didn't recognize himself. It was the first time he saw himself all grown up. Yes, Chance?
He used to be all ugly, now he is adult and adult.
Those are great ways to describe. Nice. Yes, Porter, and then Carson. Porter?
Is there someone watching us? There's a
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Yes, Carson.
You're vlogging. And the baby.
They are the babies.
And the mama duck.
So, you guys were great listeners. Now, I want you to when I say go, I want you to tiptoe very quietly back to your desk. And I will come back to my desk. Very quietly tiptoe back to your desk.
Or desk, or just same desk that we're on.
Oh, I hear talking. Oh, so you're going to tiptoe back to these desks. Sorry, Porter, Samantha, and Mary Jane. Come on back to these desks. We'll go back to our original desks after we do this lesson.
Are you going to be Yo, you trapped me.
Yes, William.
You know how we read that book in the library, the Hungry Rat, or whatever it is?
Hold on 1 second, William. Thanks, Porter, for coming back. I need to grab Mrs. Logan's password. So, I need Mary Jane. Come on here. You're going to be my helper. Can you go over to Mrs. Edgar's classroom and ask Mrs. Logan to write her computer password down for me. And we'll wait for Mary Jane to come back. So what we're going to do, everyone hold up your packet with your Duckling paper. It looks like this. Hold it up so I can see you have it ready and you're open to the correct page. You're going to find this page in your packet with the Duckling up top. Very nice. Very good. Okay, now put it flat on your desk. And when Mary Jane comes back, what we're going to do, in this column, go ahead and sit down. This column says 5 ducklings. We're going to think of words that the book used to describe the 5 ducklings. Don't say them now, just think about them in your head. And in this column, it says the ugly duckling. So we're going to think, Mary Jane, we're going to think of words that the book uses to describe the ugly duckling. And we're going to do the same thing for the swan family. So right now, I just want you to think about those words in your head while I get Mrs. Logan's password in. Thank you, Mary Jane. Yay, we got it. Go ahead, Chance. Nope. Christopher, you already went, and John Will, you already went during this lesson also. So, I want us to think, we're thinking of the 5 baby ducks. What were some words the story used to describe the 5 baby ducks? Let me get my pen. Porter, give me one word you remember.
They were mean.
They were mean, huh? Did the book tell us they were mean?
Yeah.
The book never used the word mean, but I agree, Porter, they were mean. Lucas, what do you remember? Did you go already before the story?
Wait, they called him ugly.
No? Okay, go. Kaya, what word do you remember about the 5 ducklings?
They said that he was ugly.
They said he was ugly, so who was ugly?
The ugly duckling.
The ugly duckling. So let's write here under the ugly duckling, we can put ugly. So look where I'm pointing. Make sure you have it in the right spot. The middle, we're going to put ugly.
I didn't know you meant 5 ugly ducklings.
Yeah, well, she said a good one for that one, so we'll just put it there.
That's what I was going to.
Everyone's writing down ugly. Hands down. That's okay, Porter. Hands down, we're going to put ugly in the middle.
In my homework, I found said.
Nice.
Said one man.
Thank you, Mary Jane, for being so focused, writing ugly. William.
When they called him ugly, you shouldn't have told him. You shouldn't have told them to stop. He didn't like it.
Yeah, that would be a good idea to tell them to stop.
Or if they didn't, he would just tell them all.
So let's look at this page. What words did they use to describe the 5 ducklings? What words did they use? Mary Jane.
Yellow.
Yellow. Let's write yellow. Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
Yellow is a great word they use to describe. So over here where it says 5 ducklings, we're going to write yellow. How else did they describe these 5 baby ducklings? John Well?
White.
Are they white down here?
No.
But this ugly duckling is white. But we're looking at these 5 baby ducklings. I'm going to read you this part, and I want you to listen for words they used to describe these baby ducklings. Until the eggs began to crack, out came 5 little ducklings.
Little.
They were fluffy and yellow. Christopher, what's one you heard? Fluffy. Kaya, what's one word you heard?
White.
Did I say white? Out came 5 little ducklings.
Little.
So we're going to write fluffy underneath yellow because Christopher heard fluffy. So right underneath yellow, we're going to put fluffy. F-L-U-F-F-Y. Fluffy. That's a long word.
We only have ugly, yellow.
And what was the other word you heard?
Small.
Little, which also means small. So we're going to write little underneath fluffy. L-I-T-T-L-E. Here you go, Mary Jane. We're going to write little.
We all know little.
You guys are doing great. We're you know what? We're getting close to filling out this whole chart. Nice, nice.
Me too.
Okay, so now I'm going to read a page about the ugly duckling, and I want you to listen to words that describe the ugly duckling. The ugly duckling down here. That's okay, Christopher. 1 egg was left in the nest. Then that egg cracked 2. Out popped a big gray duckling. Chance, what did you hear? Gray. Kaya, what did you hear?
Duckling.
Out popped a big gray duckling.
Duckling.
Well, what words did they use to describe the duckling? Big and gray. So, if we use big and gray, that will fill in our boxes. What should we write underneath ugly for the ugly duckling?
Big.
Here we go. G. B-I-G. B-I-G. Big. Big.
We already know.
Well, you're pretty smart.
I want that in the little one.
Yeah, but for some people, it still might be good to hear the sound stretched out. Big. What was the other word we used to describe? Gray. Grr. That's a blend.
And then duckling.
Grr. E-Y. Gray. Gray. Thank you.
Me too.
Thumbs up if you got both words. Okay, let's wait for all our friends. I still see a few people who need time to write big and gray. Thumbs up. Good.
Why do you want a big one?
Yes, William?
Level 3, really the top level.
We're not talking about Lexia right now. We're going to focus on the ugly duckling, okay? You can tell me about Lexia a different time.
I did a lot.
Now we have the swan family.
That's all that's
Does anybody remember any words they used to describe the swan family? Carson. The swan family did find their family.
Look at all those.
Kaya, do you remember a word?
He was white and beautiful.
Ooh, white.
Beautiful.
White and beautiful. Do you agree? Thumbs up if you agree.
Yeah.
That white and beautiful helps describe the swan family. So, we'll write white first. Here we go. Top box of the swan family. W-H-I-T-E. White. Because Mama E says to say its name to be I. That's right. White. I. White. Oh, the swans. Are the swans white? They look a little gray. Under here they look a little gray, but up top do they look white? Yeah. Kaya, can you remind us, what was the second word you remembered? For the swan family, to describe the swan.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Beautiful is a big, long word to write. So we're going to write it together. Here we go. Underneath white, beautiful. B. E. A. U. T. I. F.
I don't have many words to do this.
You can finish it underneath. That's okay. U. L. Yes, Chance?
They have orange beak.
They do have an orange beak. Let's write white and beautiful first, okay? And then I'm going to read you a second. I'm going to read you a sentence for us to figure out the last box. John Well?
Family.
They are a family. Did you write beautiful?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's wait for all our friends to have time to write beautiful. It's a long word.
I'm already on.
That's great, William.
I'm the master.
I still see some people working hard writing the words, so let's be patient.
With your hands, you got it.
Christopher, are you the teacher? Thank you. Hands to ourselves. Got it, Chance? Lucas and Kaya, did you guys get it? You got it? I'm going to read you a sentence, and I want you to listen to new words that describe the white swan family. To his amazement, he saw a beautiful bird with a long, long neck.
Neck.
What type of neck did he have?
Long.
A long neck. Does that help describe the swan family?
Yeah.
We're going to write 2 words in this box. So one word I'm going to write on the top, and the other word I'm going to write on the bottom. So I'm going to write long, L-O-N-G, because ong is part of our bells, right? Long. What did he have? A long neck. With a CK. Long neck. We wrote our ong up here, so now let's focus on neck. I see Mary Jane has a thumb up showing me she's done. Everyone finished?
Yeah.
Guess what? We have time to do one more thing about the ugly duckling, and I'm excited to do this.
And then we're
So,
gonna go to recess.
I'm going to turn this off. Did everyone get their papers? Show me up your paper. Let me see all that beautiful writing. Wow. Good work. Papers down. Oh, William, yes. Do you need more time to write down your words?
No, you know how a giraffe has a long neck?
Yes, a giraffe does have a long neck.
So yeah.
Swans and giraffes, that's something they have in common. So, I'm going to tell you what we just did. Hands down, this was really hard work what we just did. What we just did was we described all of the characters, eyes up here. We just described all of the characters in the ugly duckling. And we used words from the book to help us describe the characters. This is the fancy word for this. We used text evidence to find the answers on how to describe the characters. I want everyone to do this. Give yourselves a pat on the back. And what we're going to do is first I just want you to think real quietly. What's a word you would use, Porter, Christopher? Think in your head. Put your thinking caps on. Put those thinking caps on. Think in your head, what's a word I would describe for myself? So, hands down, we're just thinking. You might say that you're happy. You might say that you have blonde hair. Oh, we're thinking. I'm just giving examples. You might say that you are tall. You might say that you are fun. John, well, we're thinking. So I want everyone to think. I'm going to give everybody 15 seconds to just think about one word they would use to describe themselves. No, I'm just going to watch the clock. So I'm going to begin right now. Quiet thinking. Good thinking. One at a time, we're going to share the word that you picked to describe yourself. So, for example, I'm going to say this in a sentence. I'm going to say, I am fun. Because I think I'm pretty fun. I am fun.
Yeah.
Chance, are you ready?
I have blue hair.
Nice job. That does describe you. Sit down. Lucas.
I'm tall.
I am tall. Nice. I agree. You are pretty tall, Lucas. Samantha.
I'm happy.
Ooh, that's a good thing to be happy. Carson.
I love school.
You love school. That's a great way to describe yourself. So you must love learning. Kaya.
I have blonde hair.
You sure do. Beautiful blonde hair. John Well.
I have long hair.
You have long hair? Did it used to be shorter and now it's longer? Nice. Porter. Sit down, Christopher.
Our school was forever.
So you love school also? You love learning also? You don't ever want the school day to end? Awesome. Christopher.
I am healthy.
Ooh, it's important to be healthy.
I want there to be infinite grades.
Mary Jane.
I like school.
You like school also? That does describe yourself.
Look at me.
William. I will.
I love computers.
Ooh, so you like using computers? That's pretty cool. You could get a job one day with computers.
Like a doctor, helping doctors use computers.
Oh, that's a great idea. Oh, I haven't called on Kennedy yet. She hasn't had a turn yet. Kennedy.
I have black hair.
You do have black hair. Everybody describe something, so I want you to put your hands down.
My friend, he is in Rapid and he don't want to go anywhere. He wants to stay in Rapid.
It's great. I loved all the words you guys used to describe yourselves. So when you read stories, you want to listen to words that help describe the characters. Good work. Thumbs up. Awesome. Good work. There is one of said. Said comes up all the time. It's a great word to learn how to read. The boys and girls who move seats, you can go back to your original seats. And I want everyone to organize their desks. Put away your pencils. Put away your highlighters. Let's get our desks nice and organized first. Good work, everyone.